Every 90 seconds, another Honda Civic rolls off the assembly line in Greensburg, Indiana. That's over 250,000 vehicles every single year, each one built by American workers using Japanese engineering perfected over 5 decades. But here's what most people don't know. The journey from raw steel to the car in your driveway involves over 3,000 precision welds, 6 layers of paint, and thousands of quality checks that make the Civic one of the most reliable vehicles on American roads. Today, we're taking you inside Honda's 2.5 million square foot manufacturing facility in the heart of America's Midwest to witness the incredible transformation of flat steel sheets into America's favorite compact car. Section 1. The facility setting the stage. The Honda Indiana Auto Plant sits on nearly 1,700 acres of land in Decatur County, just 50 miles southeast of Indianapolis. Since breaking ground in 2007 with a $550 million initial investment that has now grown to over $1.3 billion, this facility has become a cornerstone of American automotive manufacturing. But this isn't just any car factory. The Indiana plant holds a unique distinction. It has the smallest environmental footprint of all North American Honda facilities. It earned the 2024 U.S. Environmental Protection Agency Energy Star certification and operates as a zero-to-waste landfill facility. There's even a 650-foot solar panel-covered walkway connecting the main plant to the quality building, a visual testament to Honda's commitment to sustainability. More than 2,600 American associates work here, and together they've produced over 3 million vehicles since production began in October 2008. The Civic hatchback, the CR-V, and the CR-V hybrid all roll off these assembly lines, destined for driveways across America and export markets around the world. So how does it all begin? It starts with something you'd never expect. A giant coil of steel weighing thousands of pounds about to undergo a transformation that seems almost magical. Section 2. The Press Shop, where steel becomes sculpture. The manufacturing journey begins in the press shop where raw steel meets raw power. Massive steel coils, each one carefully inspected for thickness, tensile strength, and surface consistency, arrive at the facility on freight trains and trucks. Technicians use ultrasonic and magnetic sensors to detect any hidden flaws that could compromise the structural integrity of the final vehicle. Once approved, these steel coils are loaded onto an unwinding line and fed into enormous blanking presses. These machines slice the steel sheets into precise shapes called blanks, flat pieces that will eventually become the Civic's recognizable body panels. But here's where it gets impressive. Each blank is then fed robotically into deep draw stamping presses, machines that exert over 2,000 tons of force in a single downstroke. That's the equivalent of parking 400 cars on top of a postage stamp. Inside these presses are die sets, giant molds machined to tolerances measured in thousandths of an inch that shape the flat blanks into 3-dimensional parts. Doors, hoods, quarter panels, floor pans, and roof skins. The process is both violent and elegant. With each press cycle, a blank disappears between the dies, emerging seconds later with ridges, folds, and curves embossed into what was once flat steel. The 10th and 11th generation Civics utilize higher grade steel than previous models, making the unit body approximately 68 pounds lighter while maintaining exceptional rigidity. Every freshly stamped panel passes through automated optical inspection systems that scan for surface defects, ripples, or dimensional deviations. Any panel that doesn't meet Honda's exacting standards is set aside for recycling, its metal returned to the melting process to be reformed into new sheets. Nothing goes to waste. Now that we have our panels, it's time for the sparks to fly, literally. Section 3. The Welding Shop. Robots and humans working as one. Welcome to the welding shop where the body in white is born. This is where hundreds of individually stamped panels come together to form the Civic's skeleton, a process that requires the perfect collaboration between industrial robots and skilled human workers. The Indiana plant's welding shop features over 200 programmable welding robots, each one capable of performing precision welds that would be impossible by human hands alone. Here's a number that'll blow your mind. A single Honda Civic body contains several thousand spot welds. Each one is measured in real time by inline sensors that monitor penetration depth, pressure, and temperature. The robots apply thousands of amperes of welding current for precisely timed intervals, fusing steel panels together with weld nuggets smaller than a pencil eraser, yet strong enough to withstand crash forces. But robots don't work alone. In areas requiring special attention, skilled welders perform manual work alongside the machines. Structural adhesives are also applied robotically before certain panels are pressed together, increasing torsional stiffness and reducing vibration. These adhesive bonds work in concert with the spot welds to create a body structure that's stronger than the sum of its parts. As the body shell, now officially called the body in white, progresses through the line, quality inspectors focus on the precision of door flush, the quality of welded joints, and any irregularities in the sheet metal. New body sealing techniques have resulted in a 58% reduction in cabin air leaks compared to previous generations. When a body in white leaves this shop, it's rigid, geometrically precise, and ready for its transformation from bare metal to showroom beauty. But a car without paint is like a house without a roof, and what happens next involves chemistry, physics, and a little bit of magic. Section 4, the paint shop, layers of protection and beauty. The paint shop is where science meets art. Before a single drop of color touches the body, every Civic undergoes an extensive pre-treatment process. The bare metal body is thoroughly cleaned, then submerged in a zinc phosphate bath that prepares the surface for optimal paint adhesion. Next comes electrocoating, or e-coat, a process that would seem more at home in a chemistry lab than a car factory. The body is completely submerged in a bath of specially charged paint particles. An electrical current causes these particles to bond uniformly to every surface of the body, inside and out, in every crevice, corner, and hard-to-reach area. This creates the foundation of the Civic's corrosion resistance, protecting it from rust for years to come. After the e-coat is cured in an oven at around 350 degrees Fahrenheit, the body moves into the primer application booth. Robotic arms. Honda's Marysville facility uses 84 Motoman robots in their paint shop, spray an even primer coat across the entire shell. This step smooths out surface textures and prepares the body for color. Then comes the base coat, the actual color you see when you look at a Civic. Blues, whites, reds, whatever the customer ordered. This is followed by a clear coat that provides UV protection and gives the paint its brilliant showroom shine. Here's something most people don't realize. Honda uses a waterborne coating system that reduces emissions of hazardous substances by 41% compared to traditional solvent-based paints. After every layer, the body is dried in a specialized oven to ensure the paint is absolutely even and durable. Quality inspectors examine every painted surface under specialized lighting, looking for imperfections invisible to the untrained eye. Minor imperfections are sanded out by experienced technicians, some of the most skilled workers in the entire facility. By the time a Civic leaves the paint shop, it has received up to 6 distinct layers of protection and finish, all applied in a climate-controlled environment cleaner than most hospital operating rooms. Now the Civic has its skin, but a car isn't just a body. It needs a heart, and that heart is built just a few hundred miles away in Anna, Ohio. Or Section 5, Engine Processing, Casting, and Assembly. The engines powering Honda Civics built in Indiana come from the Anna Engine Plant in Ohio, Honda's largest engine facility in the world, producing over 1 million engines annually. The process begins with aluminum casting. Molten aluminum is poured into precision molds to create engine blocks and cylinder heads, the core components that will contain controlled explosions thousands of times per minute for hundreds of thousands of miles. Cylinder bore machining is critical to engine performance. The process involves multiple stages: rough boring to remove excess metal and establish initial precision, followed by fine boring with cubic boron nitride tools that achieve dimensional accuracy measured in 10,000ths of an inch. Then comes honing, rough honing, fine honing, and plateau honing to achieve the exact surface finish that allows pistons to glide smoothly while maintaining the perfect seal. The engines undergo heat treatment processes that increase their resistance and durability over time, preparing them for the demanding conditions they'll face on the road. During assembly, components are installed with meticulous attention to torque specifications. Every bolt, every fastener, every connection is tightened to precise values, often measured in foot-pounds or Newton meters, ensuring reliable operation for the life of the vehicle. The engines used in Indiana-built Civics, including the 1.8-liter I-VTEC 4-cylinder, are designed for fuel efficiency without sacrificing performance. Once complete, finished engines are tested on dynamometer benches that measure power output, fuel consumption, and performance characteristics before they're approved for installation. The engine is ready, the painted body is waiting. Now comes the moment everything comes together, and it has a name: the marriage. Section 6. Final Assembly, the marriage and beyond. Final assembly is where thousands of individual parts converge into a complete automobile. This is the largest section of the plant, and every station operates with the precision of a Swiss watch. It begins with inner panel installation, structural reinforcements that add rigidity and support to the body. Workers install sound-deadening materials, insulation, and the components that will make the cabin quiet and comfortable. The entire instrument panel, complete with speedometer, touchscreen, climate controls, and air vents, is assembled in a separate area of the factory and delivered to the main line as a single unit. Using a robotic manipulator arm, technicians slide the complete dashboard inside the car and secure it in place. This modular approach ensures precision and reduces assembly time. Next comes glass installation. The windshield and rear window are fitted with adhesive sealants that create a weatherproof bond while contributing to the vehicle's structural rigidity. The precision required here is measured in millimeters. Any misalignment could cause wind noise or water leaks. Bumper installation follows, with modern Civics featuring bumpers integrated with sensors for parking assistance and advanced driver assistance systems. These components must be perfectly aligned to ensure proper function. Then comes the marriage, one of the most critical moments in the entire process. The painted body with its partially completed interior is suspended overhead, while the fully assembled engine, transmission, front suspension, and chassis cradle approach from below. In a carefully choreographed process, the body is lowered onto the chassis and the two become one. Seat installation requires ergonomic positioning verified against Honda's specifications. Front and rear seats arrive at the factory fully assembled, and robotic manipulator arms lift and position them while technicians secure the mounting bolts and connect seatbelt mechanisms and airbag systems. Wheel installation is one of the final steps. Each Civic receives its wheels with 5 lug nuts torqued to exactly 80 foot-pounds, not 79, not 81. This specification ensures the wheels are secured firmly without risk of damage to the threads or warping of the brake rotors. Door installation requires precise alignment. The doors were actually removed early in the assembly process to provide workers easier access to the interior. Now they're reinstalled and adjusted to ensure perfect gaps and smooth operation. The car looks complete, but it's not leaving this factory until it proves itself. Section 7. Testing and Quality Control. Honda's commitment to quality becomes most visible in the testing area. Every single Civic undergoes comprehensive inspection before earning the right to wear the Honda badge. The process begins with line-end testers, specialized diagnostic systems developed in-house by Honda that communicate directly with the vehicle's electronic control systems. These LETs test everything from switches and instruments to air conditioning, audio systems, engine operation, and transmission function. What once required human senses, sight, smell, and hearing is now quantified through electronic communication, dramatically increasing inspection, precision, and efficiency. Alignment testing ensures the wheels point exactly where they should, guaranteeing straight tracking and proper tire wear. Brake testing verifies stopping power under various conditions. Headlight aim is checked and adjusted to meet federal specifications. Technicians conduct engine performance testing, monitoring the engine's response when adding and removing throttle across a range of operating conditions. Brakes, lights, turn signals, and all electronic controls are verified. Visual inspection takes place in specialized LED-lit tunnels where workers examine paint quality, body panel gaps, and overall fit and finish. Any imperfection, no matter how small, is addressed before the vehicle proceeds. Finally, many vehicles are driven on an outdoor test track where real-world conditions verify that everything works in harmony. Only after passing this comprehensive gauntlet does a Civic earn clearance for delivery. Section 8. Delivery Preparation and the Honda Legacy. Cleared for delivery, each Civic receives final preparation. Protective coverings are removed, the interior is cleaned, and the vehicle is documented for the dealer network. From the Indiana plant, Civics are loaded onto trains and trucks bound for dealerships across America and export markets around the world. What began as a coil of steel has been transformed through precision engineering, advanced manufacturing, and the dedication of over 2,600 American workers into a vehicle that will provide reliable transportation for years, often decades. The Honda Civic maintains a reliability rating of 4.5 out of 5.0 from RepairPal, ranking 3rd out of 36 compact cars with an average annual repair cost of just $368. In 2024, Americans purchased 242,005 Civics, proof that this vehicle continues to earn the trust of drivers who demand quality without compromise. This is the intersection of Japanese engineering philosophy and American manufacturing excellence. It's the reason Honda became the first Japanese automaker to build cars in America back in 1982, and it's why over 3 million vehicles have been built in Greensburg since 2008. If you found this journey through the Honda factory fascinating, you're not alone. The precision, the technology, and the human skill that goes into every Civic is something most people never get to see. So here's what I want you to do. If you learned something new today, smash that like button. If you've ever owned a Honda or you're thinking about getting one, drop a comment below and tell us about your experience. Share this video with someone who appreciates how things are made. They'll thank you for it. And if you want to see more behind-the-scenes looks at how the products we use every day are manufactured, hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you never miss an upload. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.